It's happy time, people. Welcome back to Daily Wrap. Time for Yay or Nay. First up, we spoke earlier about how ISIS makes its living off of recruitment via social media. Well, as they say, live by the Twitter, die by the Twitter. Check out this photo, as this ISIS idiot posted a selfie online, not realizing that their Syrian headquarters was featured prominently in the background. But who's checking the ISIS Twitter account, right? Well, pretty much everybody, including the United States military. Fast forward about 22 hours later, when the U.S. Air Force promptly dropped a few metric tons of bombs on the aforementioned terror group's headquarters in Syria, taking out the entire building and everything in it. Are morons taking selfies the break we need in the fight against ISIS, Brad Hirschfield?
I don't think it's the break we need, but it's very useful. And it's not the first time it was done. It was actually done in the Gaza war this summer by Israel as well.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
By the way, the selfie we showed, I think, was just an example of a selfie.
Oh, okay.
But no, it wasn't.
Right.
It was
That one in the hijab, not much use
well,
in
it was
that.
a third-person omniscient perspective, too. You're sort of hovering above the selfie taker.
Yes, yes.
This is not a smart enemy. This is really quite a bunch of unsophisticated individuals. The fact that we're losing this war is absolutely remarkable, considering how imbecilic they are.
I can't believe I'm losing to this guy.
Oh, man.
See?
That's what I was like.
Dukakis, Saturday Night Live against Bush.
I
knew I knew
I
that.
didn't get the reference.
Yeah.
Next,
I was just
nothing,
being
because you
very
weren't born
serious for
yet.
some
That's why you don't get the reference. Anyway,
Solidly
next,
serious
nothing beats a
tournament.
fine evening at the culinary carnival that is Taco Bell. And now the world, or at least Chicago, will never be the same now that the chain will be serving alcohol. If you live in the Windy City area, you will soon be able to get a beer with your Gordita Crunch. I don't go to Taco Bell, so I'm assuming that's how you pronounce it. As Taco Bell begins serving beer, wine, and mixed alcohol freezes. Noah's kind of drinks, actually. And that's all at the new Chicago location. At this time, there's no word on ideas for improving its plumbing infrastructure, according to several Newsmax sources who ought to know. Alcohol at Taco Bell, Mr. Unger, our alcohol expert.
It's okay with me, but if they actually use tequila and mix it with that stuff, they're going to have a big problem.
Yeah,
with me.
very good point.
You can't do that.
I thought all those looked really good. I don't think I'm a huge fan of Taco Bell, but that looked really great. I would get into a freezy alcohol beverage.
Quite a combination, Brad.
Listen, anything that helps the food go down, by all means. When they start doing tequila shots, then call me. I'll check it
that
out.
you're okay.
That
as long
would
as
be
they
good.
keep it
Right,
pure.
good tequila
Keep
shots,
it pure.
call me.
Which we'll be doing in exactly 3 minutes.
There you go.
A 19-year-old Pennsylvania man who isn't a police officer, mind you, set up his own DUI checkpoint early and actually pulled over several confused people early as an early Saturday morning. Why? Because he always wanted to fight crime, perhaps? No, not quite. This teen, Logan Chalice, identified himself to drivers as Pennsylvania State Police Trooper Steve Rogers, who also happens to be the name of Ricky...
Captain America.
Captain America. We did not rehearse that. Captain America, yes. Mr. Chalice pulled out all the stops in the ruse. He had flares, he had a BB gun, handcuffs, and even a portable scanner. One major problem with this plan, besides getting caught, was that was overserved at the time, which actually makes perfect sense. So he's a drunk guy pulling over potential drunk people.
Guys.
Now the DUI crime fighter faces a string of charges, and that includes, get your pencil ready, carrying a firearm without a license, driving under the influence of alcohol, unlawful restraint, reckless endangerment, impersonating a public servant, harassment, disorderly conduct, and public drunkenness. Okay, so forget about impersonating an officer and public drunkenness. Should Chalice face life in prison for impersonating Captain America?
I loved Captain America growing up, but no.
Okay. No.
He's a minor, no. But do you remember when you were young enough to get drunk and do all that stuff? Who does anything now? You're just drunk.
right.
Go to sleep.
What do you mean when you were young enough? But yeah, go ahead, Rick.
Well, it depends. If he's impersonating Steve Rogers before he was hit with the gamma rays that bulked him up, then that's okay, because he looks like the weenie Steve Rogers. If he really thought he was Captain America, he needs...
Do you think he just came up with Steve Rogers just as a name and he didn't even know it was Captain America? 'Cause generationally, he probably should know. You think so?
Everybody knows who Steve Rogers
Okay.
is.
Not that
Sure,
you're
I knew
biased
that.
in that regard.
Well, I am a little bit.
Anyway, panel, thanks so much. Testosterone was overwhelming tonight, and that will never happen again. Thank you for joining us, everyone. I'm Joe Concha, Newsmax Prime. JD Hayworth, that's next.